27 days. That's how long it takes to break a habit. That's what my therapist told me. 27 days, that's all. I just have to make it 3 weeks without him. That's it. My therapist says I can do it, but I'm not so sure. She says that love is nothing more than a habit, an all-consuming, beautiful yet painful addiction. But she promises it can be broken, just like any other old habit. She says I can do it. I'm not so sure, but I try anyways. What choice do I have? He broke my heart with his lies and infidelity. It is simply unforgivable. I have no choice but to move on with my life, so I gave it a try. The first day was the worst. It was so hard to get rid of him. He was everywhere. In my home, in my heart, in the faces of strangers I passed on the streets, and the lyrics of songs I hear on the radio, and the stupid sitcoms and commercials I saw on TV. It was easiest to remove him from my home. I took everything I had of him and tossed it in a trash bag. I disconnected my cable box, turned off the radio in my car, and did my best to avoid eye contact with strangers. But I still felt the lingering pain of losing him. 26 more days, I told myself. The second day was a little easier than the first, but honestly, it still sucked. I burned the bag of his stuff with all the photos and evidence of our relationship. My therapist says it can be very therapeutic, and I guess it was. I found myself smiling as the flame grew larger and reduced the contents of the bag to ashes. 25 more days, I said to myself as I settled into bed that night. The third day, I decided to clean my entire house. My therapist said cleaning is a great distraction, and a clean and healthy house leads to a clear and healthy mind. So I washed all my sheets and clothes to get rid of his smell. Then I cleaned the bathroom. The sink was filled with leftover hair from his shaving. Ugh, why must men make such a mess? When that was done, I scrubbed the floors and all the walls. I even cleaned the toilet, a treacherous task. When I finally finished, I was feeling satisfied with myself. 24 more days. On the fourth day, I decided to treat myself. I bought all new clothes and went to the salon. I was in dire need of a haircut. My ends were split, but when you're in a committed relationship, or so I thought, you don't really feel the need to impress anyone. So I had my naturally blonde hair dyed a beautiful auburn red that I've always wanted, and I had it cut into an adorable pixie style that seems so popular these days. My therapist says if you look good on the outside, it'll help you feel better on the inside. She was right. I felt fabulous. 23 more days. By the fifth day, the good feelings had faded away. I stayed in bed all day. Although I cleared my house and cleaned everything, I still felt so alone here. We had shared the house together, and it was big enough for a family we would never have. I couldn't deal with it. It was a constant reminder of a future that will never exist. I decided to sell it. It was much too big for one person, and all the space made me feel so alone. I called a real estate agent and listed the house. 22 more days. On the sixth day, I drove to the next state to look at condos. It was much cheaper to live there, and a change of scenery couldn't hurt, right? My therapist agreed that it was a good idea for me. 21 more days. On the ninth day, I found the perfect little condo. It was everything I'd been dreaming about. I made an offer on it, and the next day it was accepted. Now my house needs to sell, and I'll finally be free. 20 more days. The 15th day came around, and someone finally made an offer on the dreadful house. I was feeling very optimistic. I couldn't wait to move into my beautiful condo and start my new life. The real estate agent said it should only take a few days for everything to be finalized. 12 more days. By the 20th day, I was all moved out and settling into my new home. It was the start of a new beginning for me, and I couldn't help but feel hopeful. On the 27th day, I went to see my therapist. I told her I wouldn't be needing her services anymore after all the progress we'd made. Later, I had cable installed in my condo. I was finally feeling ready to face reality once again. I turned on the TV and flipped through some channels until something finally caught my eye. It was the news station, and the reporter was covering the missing persons reports for the day. How depressing. I turned the TV off. It took 27 days for someone to figure out he was gone. 27 days for me to hide the evidence of his murder. 27 days to change my identity and move to a different state. 27 days. That's all. But after those 27 days, I still wasn't over the pain he had caused me. My therapist was wrong. That's why I had to kill her, too. Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe for all of my future content. As always, remember, fear is waiting to embrace you.